So I'm going to start by introducing myself, and my name is Michelle Abamba. I'm a legal professional and a tech advocate, and on board here with us are three of my other team that will be joining us here. We have Mr. Oti, we have Mr. Daniel, and we have Miss Precious. So they'll be joining us here to talk about the major reason why we're here. So, so I'm going to dive in straight to um, share the slides with everyone. And just so you know, we have gifts in store for every one of you. So at the end of this session, at the end of this meeting, we're going to go ahead to um, share with you those gifts. So yeah, back to why we're here. We're here to talk about how to prepare your career for migration and earning remotely. And we have created an agenda for us to have like a smooth flow. We're going to be talking about the purpose, the problem, and the audience, who this webinar is for, and then the skills and the attitudes for you to cultivate. We're going to be discussing all of that in this meeting. Yeah, like I said, all the teams we have, all the member of the team that we have on board. Mr. Francis, the founder of Adaptonia, and he has like about 5 years experience in remote working, and we also have Miss Precious. She's UK based. She's a film researcher and a critic as well, and she's also a UN model. And then we have Mr. Daniel, who also has experience in working remotely, and he knows the nitty gritty of working remotely. He's a user experience professional and a product designer. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, so next on the slide is webinar purpose. So now we came together to prepare people that have interest in wanting to have wider chances of getting jobs and want to upgrade their skills. So we're here to prepare you with the skills and the job opportunities you need to earn from the comfort of your home. And then we came to also help those who intend to migrate. For you to be here, you must have seen the ad, and in the ad, we're able to I made mention of the fact that people just talk about um jackpot, but they don't really tell you all the things you would need before you actually make that move to actually travel out. So we're talking about how to access relocation and immigration opportunities. Next on the slide are the problems. So what are the problems that we've seen that made us realize, oh, there are actually people that we could, you know, share these opportunities with. Seen our economic problem, like the economic problem we have in Nigeria. We've seen the decline in minimum and naira wage, and then we've also seen how you know high inflation, and then how literally every citizen is struggling to afford basic necessities. So that's why we want to solve these problems, and we see the problem of breadwinner responsibility. I'm sure each and every one of us here, we have that responsibility on us to want to fend for our families. It's not about being the firstborn anymore. People that are not even firstborn, they have those responsibilities. You want to cater for your mom, your dad, your siblings, and all of that. So that breadwinner responsibility is also one of the things we're trying to solve. So, how do we intend to solve this? What solution are we bringing to you as a team? So, first of all, we want to upskill your income and your growth. What ways do we want to bring about growth for you to have wider opportunities? How do you intend to upskill your international job market? Now, we know that a market system works whereby there is a demand and then there is a supply. So, if we have demand in particular skills, you have to ensure that you can also supply with those skills. So, we'll be sharing with you skills that are actually in demand at the moment in the international job market, and then also be sharing with you income raise, like how do you go about raising income for migration and other adventures. Be sharing that with you as well. How do you also go about upgrading your career potentials? um what ways would you be able to convince that employer that yes, you're worth them giving you the job? And then we're also going to go about giving you higher chances to relocate, like go about migrating and all of that. So those are the solutions we intend to bring to you. Then who is our audience? If you're here, says practically means that you're one of our audience. Well, our intended audience are unemployed and working youths. We have people who currently they they have graduated, or they're actually very skilled, but how to go about chasing that job and getting that job is something they are not well equipped with. So that's why we're here. We're going to go about training people, and then another intended audience we have here are passionate career professionals. We have people that are very passionate about what they do, and then we also have single parents. We have stay-at-home moms. Well, there are ways to go about. People say if you have money, then you can be able to walk into some certain kind of rooms. So now, as single parents, you're not left out. As stay-at-home moms, you're not left out just because that's the circumstance you find yourself in. So there are actually various opportunities to make money legally from the comfort of your home, and that is why we are here for you. Then we also have students who in school they must have told you um, you need to find X and Y. And then when you're graduating, you're leaving school, and you're realizing that it's not about finding X and Y, it's about how to generate income, and not just going through the cybercrime method and all of that, but earning this income legally. And then we have coppers, we have struggling entrepreneurs, they they have passion for something but they don't know how to go about it. That is why we're here. So we also have creatives, digital nomads, freelancers, we have project contributors, and then we have ambitious people and adventurous people. So if you fall under this, you are in the right place. And yes, this webinar is for you. So how to prepare your career for earning remotely. I'm going to be inviting Mr. Daniel to join us. He'll be talking about how to earn remotely. So he's here with us. So we'll just give him.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Francis Oti, and I'm the founder of Adaptonia. I work with a US based company called Making Sense International, and I'm a community manager for their online communities. So I'm going to be walking you guys through how to prepare your career for earning remotely, and I'm going to be sharing you guys tips. So please join me on this adventure quickly. let's see how to prepare a career for earning remotely from a Nigerian perspective, actually. Because while I started earning remotely, it really helped a whole lot because of my. I don't like Lagos traffic. So if you are someone who wants to earn remotely, I'm sure your love for remote work gives you some kind of time freedom, also gives you a freedom from the Lagos traffic wahala. So that is exactly one of the beauty that comes with earning remotely. And to be honest, I started firstly with a Lekki based 2018, and that really helped a whole lot. Okay, I can see Mr. Daniel here. Hi, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe you should mute
good
your. Do you want to
evening,
mute your mic,
everybody.
or do you want to go ahead? Maybe you should go ahead. Do you want to go ahead first? Then,
Let me, yeah, I'll be very brief because
okay, please
where
be
I am
very
right
brief.
now,
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
need
Then
to get
after you,
home.
Mr.
So,
Daniel, then I'll
yeah,
come in. Just go ahead quickly.
all right, no
You're
problem.
supposed to give us skills and
So,
attitudes for remote work. Please go ahead.
yeah. So basically, what I'll just be touching on rather is the skills you need to cultivate to thrive in the sector right now, in the
Okay.
remote world, and where we actually find ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, all you actually need to do is have like effective communication,
Okay.
time management, adaptability to your environment where
Okay.
you find yourself part time, and you also need to continuously upskill yourself. So, in whatever sector you decide to choose, whether it be tech or HR management or whatever, just continually upskill yourself because the world is continually or rather continuously evolving. So
Okay.
if you actually do not upskill yourself, you will definitely become obscure later in a few months time or in a few years time. So take for instance people that used to do full stack development in like 4 years ago. What was there majorly, or no, not 4 years, like almost 8 years ago, what was there majorly was like my PHP, the regular HTML and CSS, JavaScript,
Mm-hmm.
and Material UI. But now there
Yeah.
are so many things you can use: Python, React Native, React JS, and the rest like that, Vanilla JS. So everything just keeps evolving, and if you do not evolve with your world, you would actually be left behind. And then you need to also foster a strong presence online. So that's tantamount to building a very strong portfolio for yourself to show your potential
Okay.
partners or potential employers that you actually know exactly what you're doing, because they won't be in your head to actually know if you know these particular things you say you know, but you should actually always endeavor to put out the works you've done. Um, by that, you'll be able to build your portfolio and also have like a strong presence online. And then you also need to build reliable network. So that's basically saying, as myself, a UI UX designer and a product designer, I also need to have a network of other product designers and also a network of developers. So, in the advent of me having what they call it now, a project, I do not start looking for who will be able to implement this said project for me, or who will be able to um, work hand in hand with me as a product designer, because the product designer needs to know a little bit of here and there of other types of design. So, but then it's not my exact expertise. So I'll
All
stay
right.
with someone like a brand designer and a full stack developer. I already have those particular people in my network, so it's easy to navigate through things like that for myself. So it's very essential for anybody looking to develop themselves in whatever career field they've chosen, to make sure that they are always endeavoring to build strong network around themselves. And lastly, you need to prioritize work-life balance. As I'm talking
Work life
about this
balance.
work-life
Yeah.
balance now, that's something I need to work on myself, because I hardly have a life outside work, even though the
Hmm.
work is still not exactly what I want it to be. But then I need to balance that. So as I'm preaching this particular topic, I need to also preach it to myself. work-life balance is very essential because if you keep working and working and working, you need to also build a life for yourself outside work. Because then, if you do not build a life outside work, you are basically a very very boring person and just it's only work. But then you need to have a very balanced life between work and your personal life.
Yeah.
That's about it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you. Even with
Yeah.
Nigeria, we still have a way to. Thank you very much for bringing another perspective to the whole remote work psychologically. Having a work-life balance,
Yes.
because after you get it, you still need to, before you become a homebody, you need to prepare, walk, go out, even fitness. Because if you are sitting for too long on your PC, there's a whole lot of issue that will affect your health if you are fit,
Yeah.
and also
Yes.
mentally
Yes.
staring at the PC for too long. That's why I have these glasses on, for example. These are some of the key things like
Yeah.
the anti-blue whatever glasses that you get to protect yourself. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also wearing something like that as well, so you can see. All these things are to protect you. So thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. I'm going to quickly move to my own part of the presentation now, which has to do with
So I'll,
how to.
I'll be exiting the room.
All right, thank you very much. So I'll be going back to my part of the presentation that has to do with how to earn remotely, and I'm sharing the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, as I was saying, my remote work journey started with a Lekki-based software company, and then I had to be moving from traffic to traffic, and the remote work was a bit like 2 days a week. I get 2 days a week as a remote worker, and that was it. But that gave me a sweet taste. It gave me an idea of what I really wanted in terms of remote work. And from there, I got very hungry. So, your exposure matters a whole lot. So, in this presentation, now here is what I quickly came up with. How to prepare your career for earning remotely. Number one, an open mind. You see, there are a whole lot of people who do not believe that they never believe that there are people who can sit on their PC and make so much money. You shouldn't be those kind of people. You understand? That believe that somebody must be doing something illegal. Do you understand? So it's important that you try as much as possible to keep an open mind, because that open mind that would help you understand what kind of skill is making money today. That is where the mindset starts from first. Open mindedness. Are you a learnable person? Are you willing to evolve? Are you really willing to rebrand yourself? Whatever skill you have right now, whatever you learned in school, trust me, there's an upgraded version of it happening right now. So, because the world is moving fast, if you are sticking with only what you learned in school, you will be cut out of the game. So you have to keep an open mind. What is really ringing right now? Sometimes it's not everything that rings that makes money, you understand. But if you're updated, look at the past. Some people they snatch Bitcoin when what's it called? This arts, NFTs, non-fungible coins came, they snatched it. It might not be that everything will work out, but you see, when you have an open-minded mindset, it helps you hop on trends, especially the ones that have potential. If test skills are the ones that are happening, please learn and join them, because the truth is, technology is only going to expand. It is not going back. You understand? So you need to have that open-minded mindset, because it will help you ask questions. And when it comes to this, in a place like Nigeria where people barely share updates, you need to ask questions. And if you are lucky enough, there are people online on LinkedIn who are willing. If you just enter somebody's DM right now on LinkedIn and message them, some of them are willing to give you secrets. You understand? Not everybody mentorship. People are scared of you telling them, "Oh, please, I want you to be my mentor." They don't want that mental baggage and the responsibility that comes with it. But there are smarter ways. Asking questions. Sorry, please, I want to start. I love your work. I love your web design work. Please, how can I become a web designer? I'm trying to start a journey. Please, can you quickly give me a learning path? They'll quickly drop. But if you're just saying, please come and mentor me, some of them run away. So please always have a learnable mindset. Because even if you're a chemist right now, there are people using AI to improve biochemical research. You understand? So please always have that, because it will help you improve. It will help you take on skills and jobs that you think normally you would not take up. If you're somebody who's a graphic designer right now, people are moving upwards towards digital illustration. Some people are even using AI to collect people's job. But you see, AI cannot come for your job if you have an open mind. Because you know what? The human mind is what drives all these things, so it cannot be replaced. The only thing AI will replace are people who are refusing to grow. Because guess what? AI is only taking up jobs that are redundant. Typing, mathematics, some mathematical equation. But you see the human creativity, insights, you get the point, wisdom, depths of creativity. AI cannot take that one. Thank you. So let's quickly move to the next one here, which is personal branding. You see, personal branding is very, very key here. So when you look at personal branding, for example, you see that I mentioned something called visibility. Value sharing on key career networks. So it's very, very important that you brand yourself. You have to package yourself properly. You see, most of us, our Instagram pages are very beautiful. If you look at some people's Instagram pages right now, you'll be wowed. Like, what is going on? So, yes, you can share the presenter link with them. Yeah, with that person in particular. So, thank you very much. So, now personal branding removes you from the crowd and makes people want to listen to you. Do you understand? Let me give you an example right now. There's only one you. Maybe you're a guy or a lady watching this. There's something that makes you different. Whenever you are not around in the room, people are always asking, where is Shadi? Where is Okpeyemi? Where is Daniel? That's your brand. But it's just difficult. Most of us have these things already, but it's just because, when we try to now put it into growing our career, it becomes a little difficult. So you see, your personal brand means what's it called? Your values that separate you from every other person. Maybe in your own career, integrity, you've never stolen in the office. That's your own personal brand. Maybe in your own career as a graphic designer, you like creating things by actually going to research properly and you share it with them. So you see, when you build a personal brand, you share it with the audience, maybe on LinkedIn, and you also add value to it. There's a story behind it. You put it on places like LinkedIn, you are more visible. You see, visibility these days is really what makes people get seen. Because you see, LinkedIn is a very huge platform. Anybody is there. Your employers, your target employers, your potential employers are there. If you just keep your LinkedIn idle, there's somebody else who is not as skilled as you are that is shouting because they just branded themselves. They have nice photos, they have very nice statements, committed to improving organizational goals. You see those kind of statements, they are packaging themselves very well. They're making themselves stand out from the crowd. Those kind of people, they are more memorable. Even if you have a first class, please do not feel entitled. Build a personal brand, improve certain things about your LinkedIn, enter people's DMs, spark up connections, conversations. Do you understand? That is what will really help. Then acquire molding experience. The reason why I use the word molding is because as someone who is in Nigeria and who has really worked more in Nigeria, there'll be a whole lot of, what's it called? Local experience. So, for example, if you're somebody who all you've done is within Lagos, it will be very difficult to attract jobs that may be international, except in rare cases. So what you should do is, instead of you aiming for remote jobs all of a sudden, start aiming for remote projects. Start doing contributions. Start doing internships. Start doing contracts. You see, the thing is, some of them might not be paid. But you see, it helps you build your CV. And the honest truth is, there are some of them that might not be very big money. And some might even pay, some might not pay. But the most important thing is that it's giving you experience. So now we have acquiring molding experience. You see these experiences, they give you a mile. Instead of leaving your CV vacant, it's all Nigerian project, all Nigerian experience. Go on LinkedIn right now. There are a whole lot of job opportunities asking you to give them just 2 hours per week to just contribute to their project. And this thing will also help you build yourself. You see perspective internationally so that you're not just the only one. So please acquire molding experience, home and abroad. It's very, very key, please. Then number two, polish your CV. It's very, very important. You see, when I mean polish, I have seen a couple of people's um, job applications, and to be honest, some of them don't come with cover letters. These are people that graduated. It is not their fault. It's just that school was not teaching them the right things. But you see, there are some points in time where you have to stop making excuses and start asking questions. Polish your CV properly. Make sure whatever you're applying for goes with a proper email. As you have attached your CV, introduce yourself in the email because you know why? You are competing with other international applicants. So you can't just send a regular CV and just say, hey guys, this is me, bye. No, 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 it shouldn't be like that. Add something extra to it. Do you understand? Please always do that. Then we have you repackaging your career profile. Most of us, we've updated our Instagram pages, it's beautiful. Our Facebook is looking very beautiful. Do the same thing to your LinkedIn, please. Do the same thing to your Upwork, to all these career pages, all this career social media. You understand? Please. Then build your portfolio. You see, the thing is, it's only when you apply for jobs and get experience that you see that not only CV is important. These recruiters also want to see the jobs you've done, not just in terms of experience on your CV. They want you to show them, oh, as a software designer, I developed this project. See the link here. Go and read it. I built this app. Go and see it here. So they need you to build a portfolio. They want to see it. And if you have somebody who can also gather testimonials, like people are telling them in your CV, like, wow, he did so well here. He has helped us in our former company. He was so, even things as much as you being a person of integrity is enough. Get endorsements from the previous places you've worked. Let them recommend you. Then another important thing you need to do is please have what is called an introduction video. Have an introduction video. Do you know why? Introduction videos present you to this person. You see, CV is just a paper, but introduction videos add personality. You understand the point? It's removed while everybody's sending CV. Just a smile, just you smiling to the camera and introducing yourself and telling people what you've achieved. Hi, my name is this. Over the past 5 years, I have been contributing to so and so value to companies in Nigeria, and I have done this and I have done that. That alone is enough to change the narrative for you and get somebody to like you. Because to be honest, hiring managers are human beings like you and I. They have biases. No matter how much you tell you things like, we don't discriminate, blah, they really, how can a human being not have bias? It's difficult. So, guys, let's look at the next one here. The last two here, I call them preparing payment resources and apply with goal setting strategies. You see, you cannot be saying that you are applying for something and you're not ready. Where are your payment resources? Do you have a domiciliary account? Do you have a Wise account? How do you want to collect the money after you've worked? So please set up these payment resources. Go and open an account. You have to start thinking like a remote worker, please. Start preparing yourself for that angle. Please remember one of these things I said here. Here, in particular, acquire molding experience home and abroad. That is very, very important. Then please, another thing I want to say lastly, even after you set up your payment, please apply with goal setting strategy. You see, you should treat job application like a job, especially when you're looking for a job. Treat it like a job. Treat it like it's a task you must do. And I don't mean you applying for jobs, 2,000 jobs. No. If you take 3 jobs or 4 jobs per week or 10 jobs per week and take your time, maybe 2 per day, take your time, read your job descriptions, recreate your CV, repackage it, and apply. And please do not try to apply to everything. Have a specific goal. Don't try to be everybody. If you're a digital marketer, stick to digital marketing for business so that you can have a more tailored focus, a laser focused, goal oriented strategy. Do you understand? Don't try to be digital marketer, email marketer. Don't try to do that because generalists most times get hired as generalists and it's difficult. So focus. If you're an SEO specialist, apply. Just take your time and start applying for SEO specialist jobs. You understand? And if you will need to create another profile for digital marketing, do that. But my point is have a goal, have a realistic goal. You see, most times we set goals that are not realistic. So when we fail those goals, they frustrate and break our hearts. And I don't want that for you guys. So thank you very much, guys. And if you have questions for me, please drop them in the comment section. Thank you very much. I'm going to be handing over to Miss Michelle right now to take over. Thank you. Don't forget, if you have questions, please share with me on the comment section.
So, we've heard everything our guest speakers had to say. So, yes, we've heard everything our guest speakers had to say. And yes, please drop your questions for us. This is why we are here. So, if you have any question for Mr. Daniel, Mr. Oti, if you have any question for me as well, drop them in the comment section. And we would have Miss Precious joining us in few minutes. She'll come and talk to us on how to migrate, how to relocate, and all the things that you need to know if you're here and you intend to migrate. So just give her a few minutes to join us.
How do you get an edge um, when you relocate? It's by preparing even before you move to the country. You have to prepare. You know that okay, this is the country where I'm going into. Most of the time, it's difficult to get like the exact type of job that you're used to back at home. So you have to prepare yourself. I mean, prepare adequately. If you have to take courses online, take them. There are lots of courses that are free, I know. So you can take the free ones. If there are a few ones that you have to pay for to just give you an edge to help boost your CV, you should do that as well. And most importantly, start applying for jobs from your home country. If you're in Nigeria, start applying for jobs in Nigeria before you move. You see, it's some people are like, oh, how do I apply for jobs in Nigeria while I'm still in Nigeria? It's just gives you an edge because the especially when they are going to be relocating to the country very soon. You see, so okay, they know that you're coming, so there's no harm in submitting an application even before you move. And yeah, so and a lot of people as well, like I said, come into the country without doing things, and then they get into the country and then find themselves in difficult situations. They're unable to apply for jobs, or they're applying but it's taking time for them to get jobs, or they're applying and they're getting rejections. And mind you, the employment process in foreign countries. Okay, let me just talk about, because I'm in the UK right now, so let me talk about the UK. The employment process for jobs in the UK is not, they give you sorry, I said admission. They give you an employment letter today and then you start work on Monday. No, it doesn't work that way. It can take weeks. I've had somebody that it took her up to a month. I mean, she has gotten a job, but before she could start, like to resume for the job, it took her about a month plus, I think. Yes, so you see, that's why I said it's important that you start applying early, like even before you move from Nigeria. It's very, 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 very important. You see, so and again, the mindset is really, really important. You have to be positive, because when you're relocating, it's not going to be all rosy. You're going to have challenges, definitely. So it's important that you prepare your mind for the challenges, even if you don't know what they're going to be or you've not seen them. some of the challenges just come and then they hit you in the face and you're like, oh my goodness, like, this thing is coming. So it's really, really important that you um, be positive, because it's not going to last forever. It's just a process, it's a phase, and of course you pass through it and you come out strong. So don't be scared to. It's really good. It opens more doors for you, international opportunities. You get to experience other people's culture and tradition. There are various routes to migration. Do you want to go through study? Do you want to go through work? What route do you want to go through? I mean, different countries and different routes. So you have to be able to identify which one works for you. There are some people that the study route won't work for. They would rather just go through some other route. People that neither the study route nor work will work for them. There are some people that it's even their talent that is going to be like the driving force for them to relocate. So you have to be able to identify, what suits you best before you make that move. Because I've had I've had people come into my DM and be like, "Oh, Chiney, I want to relocate," and the next thing you're asking them, "Okay, what route?" They're like, "I don't know. I just want to relocate." It doesn't work that way. So it's really, really important that we get to understand the different routes of relocation and know which one works best for you.
Now, for those who made it to the end of this training, we have a few gifts for you guys, and one of them will be one of them will be a CV writing service. Um, we're going to be writing CVs for a handwritten CV for a few guys. I think just 10 guys, and yeah. So this CV would have to. There are different templates to be using. International formats. I think the Canadian format and the UK format is what you'll be getting with the CV writing offer. And here, that's just basically one of these. And the next, and it comes with the cover letter actually. It comes with the cover letter. Then another thing here is a video. This one is a skill mastery video for the Nigerian youth, because I understand that a whole lot of people are asking questions, but they want the Nigerian perspective of it. Example, some people do not know what to do once you start getting money. How do you maximize your earning? When you go to the bank to withdraw, be very careful so you don't get scammed. How do you do it when you meet your bookie? All these little little things. From a Nigerian person's perspective, most people do not know how to handle it, which is very, very important. So it's important that we know somebody needs to come and somebody needs to. So this video guide has broken every single thing down. You understand? On how to earn remotely and all you need to know about it. Even the kind of, for example, there are some places that you should apply to increase your chances. A whole lot of people are just applying for remote jobs in America and UK and Canada. The truth is, there's a huge competition there. But if you consider other certain places like Ukraine, Poland, Australia, you know, even China, Japan, your English ability is a gift in these places. So sometimes you may want to re-strategize and package your application, please. Okay, then the next one here I would like to share with you guys is this is a video, of course, yes. So the video is a job hunting 101 video. Now this video is a 15-minute beginner video on how to stand out with catchy CVs, better emails to recruiters. I have seen some job application because I also have a company I run in Nigeria on the side. Thanks for my remote job, freedom. I have seen some very, very strange and scary application. These guys will just forward you their CV, nothing, just figure it out. So if you're an employer and you get that kind of application, I am sure you would be a little bit taken aback at it. So that's one of the things I don't advise people to do. Package your CV properly, put in. So this video will be explaining how you can do that. And also, there is stage fright, although I'll call it anxiety. There's a fright that kind of like after you work so hard from your CV, when you not get to the interview, you develop cold feet. So there is a strategy you can use, which is through practice, of course, that you can use to navigate these fears. And of course, it's only practice that makes perfect. The more you keep going, the more you become expert at it. But preparation really works. So this video is basically preparing you. And then we have, now this one here is a very interesting one. Now this gift is a video call for 4 weeks, 2 hours every week. We're going to create a support group together. And I'll be joining you guys. I'll be reviewing everybody's CV. We'll check it together. I'll be setting job goals for each other. I'll be setting job goals for you guys who will agree, and I'll be following up with you guys for just 1 month, 2 hours every week. We'll look at your CVs. I'll ask you to go and get jobs. Go and get them. I'll hold you by the hand. Go and get your jobs. Let us see them. Which one do you want to apply for? Let's package your CV first. Let's see what's going on with your LinkedIn. Do you need to go and get other things? Do you need to go and get a portfolio, package it properly? Do you need to get more active on LinkedIn? Do you need to start reaching out to certain employers? You understand? So we need to review them together on this video call. It's going to be every week, possibly every Saturday, depending. We'll agree on that. Then we'll review the job, then we'll start applying so that we're trying to see if within 1 month people can get the job. We're trying to see that strategy. So I encourage you guys, prepare for interviews together. So anybody who's having an interview during this period, wherever the time is, call. We're going to discuss, prepare the interview, ask you questions, and so that you can get ready for the following interview, and hopefully we get good results. So that's what this group is going to be for, the call group. Then the next one here is let me see this guy. Is called the Ultimate Migration Prep Video Group. Now in this one, the other one has to do with remote job. This particular one is going to be somebody. Precious is going to be guiding you guys on everything you need to do to relocate, whether it's UK or Canada, and the best relocation routes you should take. So you guys, she's going to hold you by the hand as well on the video call, and you guys are going to sketch a proper relocation plan. We're going to ask you questions. Where are you coming from? What is your skill? What is the plan? Do you have the money? Do you want to raise the money first? How do you want to raise it? Now we're going to review the best routes. Is this school you want to follow? Is it job? So that is important that you have somebody who can evaluate these strategies, so you don't just go and burn money. You understand? So, and of course, maybe you also need, in this video group, we also have somebody who will be telling you, this is just 2 hours for every week in 2 weeks. So you need to have somebody who will be telling you, so go and start learning certain skills before you even leave. That's the thing. And there are strategies for the first 4 months. Have you prepared your budget for costing, for rent, the ticket, so that you don't move and you see that there's a whole lot of visa denial and things like that. So you want to plan well. So the next one here, quickly, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the total here. We have the video, the CV writing service, the CV template, you'll be getting that as well for free. The Job Hunting 101 Video Essentials, the Job Hunt Pro, the one where I'll sit you guys for a full month, 2 hours every week. We choose and we drive towards goal setting. Then the video group migration package. So guys, now that you have seen everything, if you were to pay for this stuff, these gifts, how much do you think they're worth? If you were to even pay for them, can somebody say anything? Since we don't have questions, maybe let me ask.
Probably around 180 upward 100 something. You mean for everything, right?
Yeah. Okay,
100 plus. I think I've seen something similar, and they were asking for about 80, but they didn't have all of some of the things you mentioned here, like what Precious will be doing and that.
Okay.
So it's 100 upward, I think. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So the importance of some of these gifts is because we noticed that a whole lot of vendors, a whole lot of groups just tell you, okay, you can migrate here, this is your guide, take it and they leave you alone. Okay, guys, you can earn remotely, take. We believe that it's better we stake reputation and really, really sit down and teach people. Not just I don't like the word teach. Maybe work with them. Let's set goals together. Okay, let's apply together. Let's draft a plan together. I think it's a better value for whatever investment anyone will be making than just leaving people with videos. There is no real program. There's no real program. So that's why I've seen people who pay a whole lot for these things and they don't use them. It's just the adrenaline rush. They pay for these things at that moment. So you don't use them. Anyway, I'm glad she said 80, 100, blah, blah, and some nice figures. Actually, for the whole package, we're going to be giving you 40,000 naira for everything. And yes, it is going to increase. Yep, it's going to really increase because we have a whole lot. The 2 hour weekly session is a whole lot. The 2 hour weekly session with me alone is a whole lot, and we will not be taking everybody. We just need just 10 guys or even five. 5 guys is enough. And me, Precious, you get a free CV writing service. You also get templates. Your CV will be rewritten for you, not written, to be rewritten for you. If you have one, and if you don't have one, another a fresh one will be created for you. Then we'll bring into a group and we'll start serious work. When I mean serious work, it means that we are ready to win. And I believe that anybody who is going to be investing that kind of amount should be ready to work. So yes, minus the Precious, of course, going to come with you guys 2 weeks, 2 hours every week. She's going to be teaching you guys everything you need to know, and you guys will draft the plan together. So please, let's take note of that. And then this is backed by a money back guarantee. 40,000 naira will return it back if you're not satisfied. Yes, if within 30 days you don't like what you see, return your money. It's not that hard. We just want to experiment and see if somebody can land a success here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. In the absence of no question, I would let you guys just message me privately here where we can talk properly. But I really appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to me. I've shared the message on the videos. You can privately message right here. Just click on the link and or copy it and visit. Thank you very much, guys. Just say send hi. You can just privately message. You can privately message this group. Just say hi.
Hi there. Good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, so thank you. My name is Samuel. I'm a project manager, and I'm looking at getting one of these opportunities. More than one anyway. But I have what's it called? I've had an experience, especially it was quite nostalgia for me when you mentioned that when you apply a lot and you get a lot of rejections, you just get that kind of feeling and you just stop doing it because you are discouraged. So I tried doing a lot of remote job applications and it was not working. So I want to ask if you guys have a plan for project managers, because what I saw on your bio on Instagram is that you guys have plans and what's it called? Plans for people that study that are graphics designer, UI UX, software engineers, and all that. Do you have anybody that can code or work with a project manager? and this these things fables for project managers, because I understand that it is very realistic for software developers, front-end engineers, programmers to get these remote jobs. I've had people that got it, but I've not for once met a project manager, not a product manager now, project manager, scrum master, project manager, project facilitator get this kind of
Okay, to actually
job.
upskill you properly and like, okay, firstly, I know you
Yes,
mentioned
yes,
some,
something like that.
yeah, I know you mentioned, sorry for what you had to go through. I've been there, so
Oh,
trust me.
thank you.
Well done. And I'm glad that you're even willing to like look inward. Do you think some of the reasons for the okay, I know you've done probably some kind of like inward look. Do you think some of them might have to do with skill?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
you know it's
absolutely. I
skill. So
understand.
definitely the next step should be upgrading. So in this case,
However,
okay, go ahead.
in a lot of cases, I never got
Feedback, right?
interviews, and I've done a lot of LinkedIn optimization, CV optimization. I've done it
Mm,
over and over, and well, still not yielding the positive results that I
I
want.
feel you. Okay, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, I think firstly we'll have to look at plenty things. I'm glad you say you've done some optimization. So just maybe what we'll be needing is a skill upgrade. And yeah, but I don't just want to conclude so that as you're also learning these things, maybe you can also be doing something more. So actually currently we do not do project management right now, but we do other courses. Sadly, maybe because of you, we'll have to include that in our bio, like because most of them have instructors on ground first of all before we take them on. And the Scrum Mastery you already mentioned is also very key thing that is in high demand as well. That approach is in high demand. So what will happen is, why don't you just message us on WhatsApp so that we can have you separate? Just say hi. You are Samuel Adesope, right? Hey, just introduce yourself so that we can
Samuel.
continue a better conversation that has to do with even if we will not be the ones taking you the project management, maybe you can have maybe the approaches you can use to get someone. Because I know there are so many people on LinkedIn and other places that are willing to teach someone, but they just need the approach. I don't know if you get my point, and I'm sure you need a facilitator because sometimes
Yeah,
online
I feel
courses
you.
can
I
be a
feel you.
bit, a bit boring. Let me know, like. So probably you need someone that can walk you through. So maybe you should message us, then we can
Yes,
have.
that's what I'm looking for.
Mhm. So maybe you message
Okay, so
us.
who do I message? Can I just message the group admin
Yes, definitely do
on
that. Yeah,
WhatsApp?
just message.
I'm doing that
I've
right
dropped
now.
it again on the chats. So in case you can't see it, so just remessage again. Just say hi, I'm Adeshope. Then we'll have a proper conversation even beyond today. You understand?